Welcome back. Thank you for watching. While you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If the video helps you out, hit that like button and please share it with your friends. So if you happen to own a, I don't know exactly what year it goes up to, but this one we're working on tonight is gonna be a 2008, so at least pre-2010 probably, Toyota Prius, and your battery dies, what do you do? Well, first things first, check out that card right up there. I'll show you how to jump start it. If the battery is done and you need to replace it, what are you going to do then? Go to your auto parts store. They're not going to put the battery in for free, trust me. Because if you think the battery is under the hood of the car, you're wrong. There is no engine starting battery up here. You're going to have to hope that you still have enough juice to pop the trunk. If you don't, check out my video on how to jump start the car, because you hook the leads up, you can pop the trunk, but you're going to have to go back around here all the way to the other end of the car, get in the trunk, move all your crap, because that engine starting battery is buried in there. So give me just a second. I'm going to clean out the trunk of this car, and then I'm going to show you how to change out that engine starting battery. This is the passenger side of the car. First thing you want to do, you might as well just crack the top on a cold beverage of your choice, because you're going to need one by the time you get done with this. So we're going to have to pull this trunk mat up, pull it up, get it out of the car. Once you've gotten the trunk mat up, then this the panel that's underneath of it, you're going to have to pull that up as well. Now that you've gotten it out of the way, you can see this lower trunk panel. This you can just lift up. It's got your tow point, your tire iron, your jack handle, all that good crap is in here. So you're going to want to pick it up, and you should be able to lift it out of the car, get it out of your way. Now you're down where you can see the spare tire over here. You can see this panel here. This panel lifts up and pops out. Now we get our first glimpse of our battery buried back here. So I'm gonna pull you over here. Now you can see the battery is buried way down there. This block here needs to be moved out of the way. Then you can remove this, which is attached to the positive terminal. And if you're lucky, you can get way back in here and disconnect your negative first, which is what you're supposed to do. But they didn't make it very easy. And then you're gonna have to remove this air duct. That way you can actually get the battery out. Got a 10mm ratchet wrench. This is gonna come in handy because I should be able to get in and take my negative battery terminal loose with it. That way my negative is disconnected first. If I happen to touch anything metal while working on the positive side, I don't complete a circuit in the car. And if there's any charge left in that battery, potentially cause the battery to explode. So the negative side is now disconnected. Now I can concentrate on the rest of this. I'm gonna bet, because this is a Japanese car, Toyota, these are going to be 12mm. So we're going to take this bolt loose with any luck, this bolt loose, and then you're going to need a 10mm for the bolt up here in the top. Remove those three. There's a, you should be able to some extent, rotate it, pull it out. There is a pigtail right here. If you push in, you can unplug this box, get it out of your way. That'll open you up all the room to get to your positive battery terminal. Pop that piece loose, 10mm again on the battery terminal bolt, get her loose, and then this whole block will come off. set it off to the side out of the way. All right, once you've done that, you're going to need a 10mm socket, probably a deep well. Loosen this bolt. It's just a small one. And then take the nut off back here on the other battery, on the other side of the battery hold down. At this point, it's probably loose enough you can spin it off by hand as long as it's not too corroded or rusty, which it shouldn't be being inside the car. Okay, we can swing that out of the way, so that's good enough. Then you're going to take your same 10mm and you're going to take this bolt down here that holds this air duct in place loose. Pull it out, pull up on the air duct, and it should, oh no, I take that back. There's one more bolt on that air duct that is an absolute bear to get to, and it is right back through that hole. Let me see if I can get some light on it for you. There's a little metal bracket attached to it right back there, and it is what holds that air duct in. So you're going to have to remove that. So here again, square you around, 10mm, and we're going to go with a 3-inch extension and a deep well socket. Hopefully that'll be enough to reach back in there and not have to fight too bad. And we're going to break that loose and try not to drop it down into the car. Yep, almost dropped it. There it is. It's actually a little sheet metal screw. Alright, once you've gotten that out of the way, then the air duct will come out like that. Set that off to the side. Here is the vent for the battery. This needs to be reconnected to the new battery. Remember, anytime a battery is charged, it produces hydrogen gas. This vents it to the outside of the car. You do not want this venting into the passenger compartment, because if there is a spark, or if you happen to smoke and some of that hydrogen gas is built up, you can blow yourself up. That would not be fun. So, go ahead and get that out of the way. Move your battery hold down out of the way. Hopefully you got a little carry handle. Flip it up and lift. Oh, if you're lucky, lift that orange bastard out of there. Just like that. Once you've gotten the old turd out, make yourself a quick trip to Advance Auto Parts. Pick yourself up a brand new die-hard battery. And Advance Auto Parts, if you happen to see this, I wouldn't mind a sponsorship here. So pick yourself up a brand new die-hard battery from Advance Auto Parts. This is their Platinum Series, which is an AGM battery. So this should be a nice, good, top-of-the-line, high-quality battery. It is 410 cold cranking amps with a 75 reserve capacity at 41 amp hours. Blah, blah, blah. A lot to get out there. And the nice thing is it's non-spillable. So keep in mind, the positive terminal goes toward the front of the car. Weasel it down in there. Don't pinch your negative terminal. Make sure she's sitting all the way in the bottom. Fold your handle down. Oh. Flip your battery tie down back in place, and you can go ahead and start that bolt. Now, your rear battery tie down bolt, if you run that down with your fingers, it's a little hard to get a ratchet in there. You can run that down pretty snug with your fingers, then just tighten the front one down and it'll hold the whole battery in place. You don't have to mess with putting too much torque on the rear one. All right, we'll go ahead and tighten the front one down. Make sure our battery is good and secure. Okay. I'm I'm going to put a couple turns on the rear one just to be safe. Make me feel better. Battery tied down. Oh, be a good idea to go ahead and put your air duct back in place at this point in time. So slide that in back in, and then before you put any bolts in, try and get this one reconnected. It's a pain in the bahookie. Okay, that lines up. That almost lines up, but not quite. There we go. Now it's somewhat lined up. And then you got to try and hold on to this screw, jam your hand in there, and get it started without dropping it down into the abyss of inner fender, or whatever you want to call that, down under the battery, where you'd have to pull it all the way out again. So it's somewhat started. All right, so both the air duct bolts are now in and tight. Next step is to put this back on where it just fell off of, which is way up here, and hope it stays. Stay. All right, so before we go any farther, we're going to uncap our positive. We're going to reinstall our positive battery terminal. 10mm ratchet wrench, tighten her up. All right, now I'm going to put this cap back on. Just remember, it drops back on something with some cussing, swearing, and pushing, like that. Then we have our large black box. Is this a cockpit voice recorder? I do not know. That locks in right there. And if we're lucky, we can jam it into the right freaking spot, which should be somewhere right there. Perfect. Okay, 3 bolts, one here. There we go.
You recording?
Yes, sir.
Don't listen to this man. He has no idea what he's doing. Hunter, he looked this up on a computer like 20 minutes ago.
Don't make me hurt you. One there. And one right there. So just remember, your 2 lower ones are 12mm, your upper one is a 10. Once you've got all those tight, now we'll come over here and we will reconnect our positive battery terminal way down in that dark hole, because of course this battery is never going to die when it's sunny and daylight out. Oh, and they even put a nice plastic cap on that for us. Look at that. Okay, and now the lights in the car should make some semblance of an attempt to return, and we're gonna tighten this up. Just like that ish. Nice and tight. It's not moving anywhere. One thing we almost forgot, which is going to be really difficult right now, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to have to pull this hose loose down here. Hey, turn that off. And we need to make sure we reconnect our vent hose, which I almost forgot. So I'm going to get that reconnected, guys. And then it's just a matter of putting all of this trunk panel back together. But my camera's about to die, so do me a favor. Please like the video, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.